Hello, I'm Dr. Terry Orsi, American terrorism subject matter expert. I'm also a book author, public speaker, academic, professor. I wear many hats. Today I'm here to talk to you about a group of individuals, 5 young men, that participated in a terrorist event in Cleveland, Ohio back in 2011. At that time, the Occupy Wall Street movement was quite big. In fact, many different cities all over the country were protesting against the one percenters, government, and just the establishment in general. And these 5 individuals were also caught up in this moment. So there are 5 young men, homeless, living in a tent. Their names were Brandon Baxter, Douglas Wright, Anthony Hayne, Joshua Stafford, and Connor Stevens. So these 5 young men were part of this movement, and they decided it wasn't exactly what they were hoping. They wanted something a little bit more eventful, if you will. The Occupy Wall Street movement was a peaceful protest, and they wanted to catch the attention of others. So they decided to plant a bomb using C4 explosives at the base of a bridge in Cleveland that was between 2 affluent areas. In fact, it was a 4-lane highway bridge. And they also plotted to blow up a KKK gathering spot and a federal building. So they wanted to do some damage. Now, fortunately, there was an informant that was there at the anti-Wall Street movement that heard about their plans, got the FBI involved, and an FBI agent went undercover, kind of acting like a father figure, buying them beer and hanging out with them. And all this time, paying attention to what they were plotting, and made sure that when they had the C4 that it was inert explosives and were ready to detonate it when they were arrested. They were arrested in April 30th of 2012, and all 5 of them ended up with sentences ranging from 6.5 years to 11 years. And because the judge ruled it a terrorist enhancement, they ended up with tougher sentences. One thing that many of their supporters said is this was a case of entrapment. And I just wanted to take some time to explain to you how this was not entrapment. This was a sting operation. They do it because they want to catch the criminals before they actually commit the crime. They find out, in this case through this informant, they find out that these 5 young men are plotting, and they have their targets and they have the dates. They're purchasing what they need. So there's no doubt that these 5 individuals were planning on doing this attack. And by going in there, doing the sting operation, making sure that the explosives were inert, they prevented this crime from happening. They saved lives. It was not entrapment. They were caught. That's what we want. We want the FBI and other law enforcement agencies to be able to go in and prevent crimes like this potential terrorist act. 8-marker profile based off of 519 American citizens charged with acts related to terrorism, identifying patterns in the data. In this case, the 8 markers, the first one, male versus female, and because we know 93% of the American terrorists are male, these 5 young men fit that. You know, the second one is their age range, and their age, 20s, that fits into about 70% of the American terrorists. The next one is college education. None of these individuals had a college education, and so they do not fit that marker. The next one is father figures, and while I don't know what their fathers were like when they were growing up, I do know that this FBI agent ended up acting as a father figure, and that is exactly what terrorist leaders do when they're trying to recruit. The next one is their income. So they were unemployed, which only about 23% fit that unemployment, but you know, in their working past they were considered working class, and so that does up their chances a little bit. And then the next one is, the 7th one is, are they living in a place not of their birth? And they were all from that area, so they did not fit that marker. And the last one is, do they feel victimized, and were they angry? And well, yes, they were angry, maybe not in the same way that others are angry, but they were angry because they felt the government had too much power, or the people that are in power were those one percenters. So In that case, they definitely fit 5 of the 8 markers, and depending on the working class versus unemployed, that could raise it up some. So thank you for listening, and please again subscribe if you want to hear more about the videos about other American terrorists. I don't know if I'll be able to get through all of them. Unfortunately, you know, when I stopped this research, we were at 518, but now we're up to close to 600, which would be quite a few videos. But maybe if you're interested and I keep this up, you'll get to learn all about all of the American terrorists and how they fit into the profile. Thank you and have a good day.